In this video, I cover unique features exclusive to Windows 11 that will make upgrading worthwhile for productivity-focused users. Plus, I discuss some of the productivity features you'll miss from Windows 10 and updates you would love to see added to Windows 11. Windows 11 officially launched on October 5th, 2021 and includes some useful new productivity upgrades over Windows 10. However, upgrading from Windows 10 might not be appropriate for everyone at this time, especially if you're not using your computer for work. While other YouTube videos have covered all the general feature updates, I wanted to take a deeper look at how Windows 11 actually improves my productivity. With that in mind, here are the main features unique to Windows 11 and how to use them, so you save time and streamline your workflow, plus 3 missing features I'd love to see added. If you're a Windows user that uses multiple programs, being able to easily see and access different windows is extremely important. Whether you're working on spreadsheets to transpose information into a presentation, or have a streaming setup that requires multiple programs running at the same time, the ability to organize your workspace is important. Windows 10 did make an important leap forward with the way that you can drag and place windows into quadrants on your desktop. However, Windows 11 takes the concept even further. Not only are you able to drag and place windows to suit your preferred layout, but you can also hover over the Maximize window icon and choose from some preset arrangements that include more flexible ratios that were previously unavailable without manually dragging the edges of your window. Better still, you can make multiple groups of windows arranged into grids, and Windows 11 now enables you to have quick access to those groups by simply hovering over the icon in the taskbar. For my own setup, having Premiere Pro, Media Encoder or Audition available as a single group is helpful when editing my videos. Then, being able to quickly switch gears and join a video conference on Google Meet alongside a document I'm reviewing with call participants is very convenient. Another exciting evolution of the new snap layouts and groups is the ability for Windows to manage your workspace for you if you have to move between locations regularly. If you are a laptop user who docks your device with an additional monitor, you can detach and reconnect your laptop and Windows 11 will automatically arrange your workspace to your last configuration without the need to do anything. Another feature that has been given a usability tweak is Desktops. If you haven't already discovered the feature in Windows 10, Desktops is a feature where you can set up bespoke environments on the same computer, but delineate your personal space from your workspace. The feature works by clicking the Desktops button and creating additional workspaces, even giving them unique names. Now you can switch between the desktops using the button on the taskbar, or by using the keyboard shortcut of Control, Windows and then arrow keys to navigate backwards and forth between them. Windows 11 has improved on the feature with the ability to customize your desktops with unique wallpapers to really help differentiate and compartmentalize your spaces between your personal use, work, or other preferred setups. One nice additional touch is the subtle way that each app or program that is open shows an indicator on the taskbar as you navigate between the different desktops. Windows 11 now introduces a very helpful feature that was previously only available in File Explorer. Quick access and recent files in File Explorer enable you to quickly locate recent files. Now, Windows 11 Start menu includes a section called Recommended, which shows your most recent files in reverse chronological order. Adding the feature to the Start menu now means it takes one less step to quickly pick up where you left off, helping you work even more efficiently. Another minor but very welcome addition to File Explorer is also the use of color-coded and customized folders. While this wouldn't be considered a massive new feature, it's a nice addition that incrementally speeds up your workflow by making it easier to identify the correct folders. Despite these useful new features and additions to Windows 11, there are still areas for improvements and updates. There are 3 main issues I have personally, but I'm sure there are many more depending on your preferences. News and interests were first launched in Windows 10 in May 2021. After that update, users found that a new button had appeared on their taskbar and the feature received a mixed reception. Now, News and Interests has been integrated into a new Widgets app that appears in the taskbar by default. Pressing the Widgets button brings up a sliding sidebar. Here, you're able to configure a limited amount of default apps to display everything from the latest weather in your Outlook calendar through to your favorite stock prices, to even a Windows 11 tips and tricks widget to help you keep apprised of the latest features. Below the widgets, there's a section where you can find news and interests. Unfortunately, Microsoft still insists on making use Edge to launch a browser to read the article, but it's understandable given Microsoft and Google's ongoing competition for search and advertising dollars. But it would have been nice to be able to set your own preferred default browser, such as Chrome or Firefox. However, all is not lost. For those users who can spend a bit of time and effort, you can download a third-party app called Edge Deflector. Once installed, you can set Edge Deflector as your default app to open links and it'll automatically redirect to your preferred browser. Another frustration right now is the inability to add non-Microsoft widgets. While Microsoft has said more widgets will be added to the library, at the moment users are limited to the 11 official options. Also, due to Microsoft and Google competing for users for their productivity platforms, the option to add Google Workspace to your widgets is unlikely to become a reality, despite the broad adoption of Workspace by a lot of people. It would have been great to have been able to add Gmail, Google Calendar and Google Drive, but sadly it's unlikely to ever happen. Finally, one omission from Windows 11 that I personally found really useful in Windows 10 was the ability to group and nest programs in the Start menu. Previously, it was possible to drag and drop icons into user-defined groups and even create subfolders or shortcuts. Sadly, Windows 11 just features an area to pin your most used programs into an unorganized area at the top of the Start menu, but with no other functionality at this time. The result leaves you with just a patchwork of icons which at best you can order into your most used or order of importance instead. Overall, Windows 11 is definitely worth the upgrade for any productivity focused users who consistently use multiple windows and programs concurrently. The new features enable you to organize your work in multiple ways that streamline the workflow and provide a way to focus and switch between tasks seamlessly. If you're someone who regularly finds themselves using and processing many different types of programs and file types, the updates are going to provide even better tools to get your work done faster. However, if you're a user who is more singularly focused on individual tasks, Windows 10 will continue to provide everything you need at this time, at least until support ends in 2025. Thank you for watching, and as ever, it would be great if you were to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more content on personal technology and the connected home.